Tonight, we open a quiet, powerful book. A book that has slowly, almost gently, become a guide for millions of people learning how to grow into the version of themselves they have always sensed they could be. Tonight's book is The Mountain Is You by Brianna Wiest, published in 2020, translated into many languages, loved deeply across the world, especially by readers in their 20s and 30s who are quietly, privately working on becoming whole. The title itself holds the entire teaching of the book. The mountain is you. The thing standing between you and the life you want is not the world, not other people, not bad luck. It is something inside you. And the climb, the long, sometimes painful climb, is the climb of becoming the person who can finally let go of what has been quietly keeping you small. Brianna Wiest begins with a soft and difficult truth. She says, "The mountain you carry, you only thought you had to climb." What she means is this. Many of us spend years believing that our struggles are external, that if only the situation changed, the person changed, the timing changed, our suffering would end. But often the deepest struggle is internal. It is the part of us that resists growth even as we long for it. It is the part of us that recreates, again and again, the same patterns, the same heartbreaks, the same disappointments, even when we swear we will not. This pattern, the book says, has a name: self-sabotage. It is not laziness. It is not failure. It is almost always a quiet, protective mechanism, a part of you trying to keep you safe in the only way it knows how. Here is one of the most healing ideas in the book. Self-sabotage is the misalignment between your conscious desires and your unconscious needs. You want a beautiful relationship, but unconsciously you do not feel safe being seen. So you choose people who cannot truly meet you. You want a thriving career, but unconsciously you fear being too visible, too judged, so you keep yourself slightly small. You want peace, but unconsciously your nervous system is so used to chaos that peace feels foreign, almost dangerous. So you create new chaos without meaning to. The book teaches us, gently, that you are not broken when you do this. You are simply trying to protect parts of yourself that were never made safe long ago. The work is not to shame those parts. The work is to understand them and slowly, patiently, to love them home. Brianna writes about the difference between healing and changing. Many of us, she says, want to change. We want to change our habits, our relationships, our outcomes. But change without healing is exhausting. It is willpower fighting an inner pattern that keeps resisting. Healing is different. Healing is what happens when you finally listen to the inner pattern. When you ask it, "What are you afraid of?" When you understand the wound underneath the behavior. When that wound is finally seen, finally felt, finally given the love it never received, the behavior begins to dissolve, often without a fight. This is why people can struggle for years with the same habit, the same relationship pattern, the same fear, and then one day, after a moment of real understanding, simply, quietly, drop it. Healing changes you from the inside out. The book also offers a soft and powerful idea. Brianna says, you do not need to be the same person you were yesterday. You are allowed to outgrow versions of yourself. You are allowed to stop liking what you used to like. You are allowed to leave conversations, friendships, even careers that no longer fit who you are becoming. Many people resist their own growth because they are afraid of losing the people who knew them as they were. But the book reminds us, gently, that the right people will love you in every season. They will be curious about who you are becoming. They will not ask you to stay small to keep them comfortable. The ones who cannot grow with you, the book says, are not your enemies. They are simply your former companions on a road you are no longer walking. Brianna speaks about identity. She writes that the most powerful question you can ask yourself is, who am I becoming? Not, who am I? Because who you are is always shifting. But who you are becoming, that is a quiet, daily decision. Every small choice you make, the book says, casts a vote for the person you are becoming. The book you read tonight, the way you spoke to yourself in the mirror this morning, the boundary you held, the boundary you broke, the thought you let go of, the thought you fed, none of these are small. All of these, gently, gently, are shaping the version of you that will arrive in 5 years. So tonight, perhaps, do not ask, am I where I want to be? Ask, am I becoming who I want to be, even slightly, even softly, even today? The book closes with a quiet reminder of who we are at our deepest. Brianna writes that beneath every layer of fear, every layer of every layer of old pain, there is a clear, intuitive, knowing self. The part of you that has always known, the part of you that is not afraid of your own life, the part of you that whispered, gently, again and again, this is not it. There is more. You have heard this voice your whole life. Sometimes you listened, sometimes you did not, but it has never left you. The work of becoming who you are, the book says, is the work of slowly trusting that voice, slowly choosing that voice over the louder voice of fear. The mountain is the climb back to that quiet, knowing self, and every step, no matter how small, brings you closer. So what does the mountain is you leave us with before sleep? It leaves us with these gentle truths. That self-sabotage is not failure, but unmet need. That your triggers are not enemies, but guides. That you have a ceiling on how much good you can hold, and the work of life is to slowly raise it. That healing is different from changing, and far more lasting. That you are allowed to outgrow the people who only loved who you used to be. That every small choice today is shaping the person you are becoming. And that beneath all the noise, there is a quiet voice inside you that has always known the way home. Tonight, dear listener, soften toward yourself. Whatever pattern you noticed today, whatever trigger rose up, whatever small mountain you climbed, even one step, it mattered. It is shaping you. Lay down all the ways you tried to be perfect today. Lay down all the moments you wished you had handled differently. Lay down even the soft pressure of becoming. Tonight is for resting. Becoming is patient. The mountain has been there a long time. It will still be there in the morning, and so will you. Slightly more rested, slightly more whole, slightly more able to take the next small step. There is no rush. The climb is not a race. The climb is your life. So sleep now. Let the inner voice you have been so afraid of grow quiet. Let the inner voice you have been longing to hear grow louder, gently, in the silence of the night. You are exactly where you need to be. You are becoming exactly who you need to be. Good night, dear climber. The mountain is patient. So is your becoming. Sleep well.